residents are now questioning how bylaws are enforced and whether it's a fair system. Priscilla Kisang Huang joins me now to tell me more. Priscilla, let's start at the beginning. Why did the city tear down their fence?
Yeah, the city said the fence was built on its right-of-way, and it had some safety concerns. The fence actually wrapped around the hydro box, and it was near a high-voltage underground cable. So the city billed the neighbors for it, but for the families, this ordeal began way before a fence was built, after neighbors made numerous bylaw complaints against them again and again. And this prompted Mo to question the fairness of the bylaw system, and so he started submitting dozens of complaints to Bylaw himself. He wanted to see how the city would handle other calls.
Okay, so what happened to those other complaints he made?
He has a whole binder full of bylaw complaint logs now from court documents. So I actually went out to visit a few of those places. One example, there was one wooden fence that appears to be on the city's right-of-way. It was also next to hydro box, so it seems similar to Mo Hayter's fence. The city records show that this case was closed one day after Hayter made the complaint, and other cases were deemed unfounded when there appears to be no investigation notes. So Hayter told me that he feels like this is unfair.
Other fences exist. You did not cater to any other calls that we made. You did not treat us the same as anybody else. This is a lot of asks, but the main thing is that we just want fairness.
Okay, so Priscilla, you spoke with some lawyers and experts about that fairness. What did they have to say?
I did speak to a municipal lawyer, and he says both a complaints-based reactive system that we have here in Ottawa and a proactive enforcement-first system can lead to situations that feel unfair. And he said officers have discretion on things like when and how strictly to enforce a matter.
Where I think there should be no room for discretion is in investigating a complaint. If somebody makes 40 complaints about cars that are improperly parked, well, it could be that those 40 actually pose a problem. The duty to investigate the complaint, I think, should be applied quite strictly. After that, then there is definitely a judgment call to be made.
The city declined an interview about this topic, but wrote officers do have discretion in each case. They also get training to make sure they respond to calls consistently.
So what recourse is there for someone who feels like bylaws aren't being are being enforced unfairly?
Well, the lawyers I spoke to point out there are various avenues for people who disagree with the city's actions, like a judicial review or a civil lawsuit. But as Mo Hayter and Ndada found out, that can be very expensive and time-consuming. Mo and Nitin's story was one of our top stories in the country yesterday, and it must have struck a chord with people. And they told me after it published that after all of the avenues they've tried, they hope to get a meeting with the mayor to finally put this matter to rest.
Thank you for this, Priscilla. The CBC's Priscilla Kisang Huang reporting for us tonight.